So you want to play Dungeons and Dragons? Well, so do I. Well, folks, thanks for joining me. This is your host, ID Chester. And if you're new to my channel or don't realize it, we're going to be starting up a brand new Dungeons and Dragons adventure. That's right, it's going to be an adventure. It's not going to be a campaign. It's going to be an adventure. It's going to last 3 to 4, possibly maximum 5 sessions. Depends on how fast players play and how fast things go and how far the adventure will go. And we'll get through the whole adventure, and then we'll be done. And so this way, um, players don't have to commit to something too long and too involved, and get involved in a campaign or anything like that. Now, with that said, it doesn't mean that we can't continue if everybody's like, hey, yeah, let's keep going or whatever. Or some people might decide to drop out. We might get some new players. Whatever happens, happens. But at this point, I just want to get players that are interested in 3 to 4 to 5 session adventure, and then we'll see and go from there. I will be DMing, so we are looking for players to join the game. We already have 2 players that are highly interested in playing so far, so well, that is good. If you haven't been to my channel for a while, you can go back and watch. We did some videos where we actually were creating some brand new characters. So you can see here we have a sorceress thiefling named Shi Alem. We also have a dragonborn druid, Draven Drag, and etc. etc. You can go back and watch these videos if you have missed them. Go ahead and watch these videos. It's kind of interesting. It's actually been a while since we played Dungeons and Dragons. What I learned at one point, we had 5 different adventures running on my channel. I was actually DMing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday nights for different groups. So I was in charge of 5 different campaigns going on at the same time. And one thing that I learned through that is 2 things. Number one is players come and go because they think they can commit to a long-term campaign. And then after 3 or 4 sessions, they go, I can't make it anymore because my daughter's doing ballet recitals on Tuesday nights now, etc., etc. So life always comes into the way for some reason or another. And that's fine because that's what life is about. But because of that, I am only going to have you sign up for an adventure, which again is only 3, 4, or 5 sessions, maximum 5. I'm thinking probably 4. If things go really fast, it might only be 3 sessions. It's going to be held during the weeknight hours, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, probably starting at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, or maybe 8 o'clock, depending on where players are located that join. And it'll probably run for 2.5 hours per session. So like 7 to 9:30 or 8 to 10:30, depending on player schedules. I'm pretty flexible when it comes to start times and stuff like that. But it will be during the week. Now, that doesn't mean we can't all go, hey, I'm free on Saturday night. Is everyone else free on Saturday? Yeah, everyone's free on Saturday night. We'll have a bonus session next Saturday night. Doesn't mean that. But what you're scheduling for yourself for is a game that's going to run on one day during the week. I haven't decided. Like I said, it depends on the players that join, what their days, when they're available, and if we decide if we can get everyone available on a Tuesday night, it will be Tuesday night. If everyone's available on Thursday night, it might be Thursday night. If you're available only on Tuesday night and we decide on Thursday night, I'm sorry, but you will be out. There's nothing I can do about that. If we get a whole bunch of people interested in Tuesday night and we also have a whole bunch of people interested in Wednesday night, we might have 2 groups. Who knows? It's kind of still up in the air. What is your requirements? Well, um, I'm thinking of running the game through Google Hangouts. And so your requirements are as follows. You need to have a webcam. So some kind of web camera so we can see your pretty little face. and we can view it, and everyone that joins our live streams will be able to enjoy the look at everyone's faces as the adventure unfolds. So you need to have a web camera. You need to have a good internet connection. You need to have dice that you can roll at home because you're going to be in charge of rolling your own characters' rolls, and et cetera, et cetera. So, as far as your requirements for 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, I don't care if you've never played, you've never even seen Dungeons and Dragons. Okay? That is not important to me. What is important to me is that you understand the general core concepts of a role playing adventure game and that you have gone out and spent 2 or 3 hours watching videos on the internet. There are 20 or 30 good tutorial videos on how to play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. If you need, I can link some in the description below, or I can send you, if you just go to YouTube and type in uh, how to play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, there is all kinds of videos that you should sit down and watch. I don't expect you to be a rules expert, but you need to be able to take your character's turn quickly and efficiently as possible, because there's nothing worse in a game, especially online, where one person takes their turn, they go and get a dinner and then come back and it's now their next turn because they've waited 25 minutes for other players to take their turn. So you have to be able to comprehend and understand. If you're a spellcaster, that means you need to have all of your spells written down or a copy of them so that you know the range of them, you know the duration of them, you know how much damage they do. That is why I'm actually making some characters for you, because if you're unfamiliar with 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, I can email you this PDF. It'll all be written down for you. You have all of the information that you need, except for the details of the different spells or whatever. But this would be your character all ready to go for you. You don't need to sit down and make some. If need be, we can sit down sometime, do a live stream, and we can roll you up a character, whatever, if you need help with that. So we're going to have some pre-generated characters, whether you're familiar with the system or not. You will have a character to play. You don't need to worry about creating a character. If you can create a character, that is fine. It will be a first level adventure, and through the adventure, you'll probably raise up to 3rd or 4th level. Because I like to, I give like double XP for characters all the way up to level 5. That way they progress a little bit faster, and they can start getting more into the meat of what's going on rather quickly. And then once they reach level 5, then I kind of tone it down a little bit and let it progress as natural. Because your characters are kind of obviously weaker at the lower levels, advancing a little bit faster gives players some progress, especially if we're only doing 3 to 4 or 5 sessions. Probably level up every probably at the end of each adventure, each session, probably level up, and that way you will be responsible for leveling your character before the next session. So you need to have a web camera. You need to have downloaded the basic PDF Player's Handbook from Wizards of the Coast. It's a free download. It gives you detailed information about how to play the game and how to create a character and all the information. It doesn't give you everything, but you might want to invest in a Player's Handbook 5th edition, of course, as well, because that would be even easier and better for you. Again, things that kill an online game are players that don't get along with one another because one player comes in, and this is what happened to one of my groups. Basically, one player came in and wanted to control the whole scene, and he did 99%, or not 90, it was like 90% of the talking, and the other players he never got a chance to get involved because he was the one always doing things. So players that don't get along with other players kill the game rather quickly. Players that do not understand the game or the concepts or the rules and spend 5 minutes taking their player turn, slow the game down. Other players get bored because they're busy watching TV because they don't have things are not progressing very fast. And of course, real life that comes in and interrupts with players that think they can commit to something long term and they can't. So, to kill or hopefully kill most of those reasons why, you're only committing to a short adventure. You are going to be required to have general knowledge. Again, I don't care if you've ever played 5th edition, doesn't matter to me in the slightest. But like I said, you can easily overcome that quite easily by watching some of those tutorial videos online that people have posted on what is a role-playing game, how do you adventure, what does your characters do, how to create a character, all that information. You can spend 2 or 3 hours watching these videos, catch up. I've done it myself because, like I said, it's actually been a while since I actually DM'd and actually played, so I need to refresh my memory. If you don't know what, I completely forgot. Inspiration. Oh my God, what's inspiration? I almost forgot all about inspiration. If you don't know what that is, you need to know because when the DM says, oh, I'm going to give you inspiration, you need to know what that does so we don't stand still in the adventure waiting for you to figure out what you're going to do because, well, wait a minute, well, what does that mean? What do I get to do? And all that. So, want to keep the game moving, progressing fast and forward. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to use, I think, Google Hangouts. There might be a better solution than Google Hangouts. If someone knows of one, I'm more than willing to listen. But with Google Hangouts, we can live stream it. We can have everyone's web camera. You can get a web camera from like 30, 40 bucks from Amazon if you don't own one. They're so common and cheap nowadays. You can get an excellent one. I actually don't own one, but I ordered one yesterday. It'll be here on Monday, so I will have it ready to go here shortly, specifically for this adventure coming up, because I think everyone, being able to see everyone else will be a fun experience for everyone. So, and I think Google Hangouts will do that. It'll actually every time someone speaks, it'll actually switch over to uh, their portrait in the live stream. So that would be kind of cool. Um, so again, if I don't expect anyone, I am certainly not a D&D expert, especially in 5th edition. I played way more 4th edition and tons more 3rd edition than I ever played in 5th edition. I had 5 different 5th edition campaigns going on, and it still dwarfs my 4th edition and 3rd edition gameplay. So I have to refresh myself on all the rules and everything. I don't expect everyone to be. I mean, if we got to look something up in a book, that's what happens. We got to look it up and remember. That's fine. I don't understand that, but I don't. What I don't want to happen is someone come in and then go, well, I want to cast a call Ray of Frost. Okay, well, what's the range on that? I don't know. Hang on, let me look it up. And then spend 5 minutes trying to find the information and whatever. So if you know you're going to be playing a spellcaster or whatever, then you need to make sure you have all of your spells on index cards or written down on a sheet, or you need to have the player's handbook. You need to have tabs on all your different pages, whatever it takes for yourself to be prepared. I expect everyone to take their turn quickly and easily. And also, I find that running the game in with like Roll20 or Fantasy Grounds, where actually everyone sees the map and they see their characters and they see all the information on the screen, it turns into a tactical battle as opposed to what would your character do in this situation type thing. And because they see all the minis, they see all the maps, they see, oh, this character's injured over here, and blah blah blah. If you do theater of the mind, where you don't have that, you don't see that, turns progress faster. Turns progress easier. Uh, whether you can or can't do something will be, determined based upon the description of what's going on. And of course, Dungeons and Dragons is beyond all else um, imagination game where you have to involve your imagination and your thoughts, your characters' opinions and thoughts, and if you see actually Battlefield, and if you see something on the screen, then it takes you away from that because it's like, I'm not me, I'm this little thing on the computer screen. And so it takes all of that out. So we're going to try it at least with this adventure and see what happens. It's going to be a theater of mind type adventure. Doesn't mean we won't have necessarily maps or whatever that I might be able to uh, show you or whatever, but yeah, I think that's the way I'm going to try and go this time because, like I said, I think it'll progress faster and make things a little more interesting, especially for newer people that will worry about, okay, well, if I take a 10-foot step back here, your character can move up to this square here, and then I can cast my uh, fire fireball, and you won't take any damage if I target this square over here, etc., etc. And then turns into a tactical nightmare. And that's fine if you got players that are experienced and they understand what's going on, and etc., etc. But like I said, with newer players or players that are unexperienced or whatever, I think it can drag the game down instead of just doing their turn, taking your action and moving the game forward fast and going on. So that's what I'm looking for. If you are interested in joining us and you are available and you are excited, let us know in the comments section below. Let us know what days you're available. If make sure that you have a webcam, or make sure that you have a general understanding of the rules. Make sure that you have downloaded the PDF or have a player's handbook. Make sure that you have some way of communicating. I am not reading chat because that slows down camera, or that slows down the adventure way too much, where people are typing things back and forth. That's going to take way too long. So you have to have a way to voice communicate and hear what's being said back and forth. And of course, like I said, if we got to look something up in the rules book, or you're unfamiliar with something or whatever, but definitely make sure your homework assignments are completed and you're ready to go. Hoping to get this started within a week. So we're looking at like the first week in October to start. And we're just looking for enough people, finding out what days everyone's available, what kind of character they want to make. Again, if you don't have a character, don't worry. We're going to have plenty. We're going to be doing some live streams here on my channel in the next week where we're making characters. We're going to have plenty of characters, first level characters for you to choose from. And you will be able to, and even if we have to live stream, you can stop by one day or one night during the live stream. We can build you a character right then and there. So let us know in the comments if you're interested. Hopefully we can get enough people that are ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons, and we can get this off the ground quickly and easily. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully you'll be interested in joining us for this grand adventure. Take care. Thanks for watching.